Hello guys, this is my first devlog and it's the first devlog for a game I'm working on called Out of Earth. This game will be a space station building game with art style slightly inspired by Space Flight Simulator, but I'll try to keep it as different as possible, so I hope you enjoy, and yeah, this is going to be my first devlog. So the first thing I added was a main menu. This menu has a place for a title and a box for hints. I'll use a hint box to explain how the game works and also how to play. There was a bar at the side of the menu for buttons, which currently only has one button, but in the future I'll add a few more buttons. Speaking of buttons, let's press the play button. As you can see, there's a starting point in the centre of the screen. This part is called the capsule, and if you have played Space Flight Simulator, you can probably see the similarity between this game's capsule and Space Flight Simulator's capsule. If I tap space, I can place a part. This is probably the most important feature in this game. If I tap E, a shop menu comes down and I can select a part. I added the T for testing rotation. I added the plus as a basic part, which is perfect for testing. Speaking of rotation, I can press R to rotate a part. This feature allows the player to change the location of the connection points of parts, perfectly if you want to make any even slight new compensation. Now I'll attempt to make a basic space station. Oh no, there's an extra part which I'm not using. This part takes up a spot in the clone limit, and it also just looks bad. There is no delete button. If there was one, this problem wouldn't exist. Due to this problem, I added the delete button. Now the game doesn't have that problem. So then I decided to add some hints to the main menu. The first hint I added was press R to rotate part. A simple hint for somebody who didn't read the instructions. I added two more, both being similar to the first one. One says press T to delete parts, the other says press E to open the shop. After that I thought again there's a significant lack of basic parts, so I added a ton of parts. The L, I and the other I were added so people had more control over where and how many connection points there were. The connection part was added as a piece used as a connection or for making connections longer. And finally, the long part was added so players had the choice of having a slightly longer piece for more complex stations. After a bit of work, they are all in the shop. Speaking of the shop, I probably should explain how the part selection works. The part selection works by firstly checking if the shop is open and what page you're on. It then determines what piece was clicked on by checking the colour of what pixel was clicked on. Each piece in the shop has a slightly different colour. This difference is so small that a person would barely notice, but the difference is enough for our computer to notice. I was inspired to do this technique when I was watching a devlog where somebody was trying to save data in the pixels of an image. After a bit of changing colours or sprites, all the parts are now able to be selected in the shop and placed down. So everything could be selected in the shop except the long part for some reason. Luckily the problem was very easy to solve. I had just forgot to add a bit of code to the long part selection script. I am now going to create a basic space station to show you this game in its current state. That is the end of this devlog, but I feel like a certain very important part for a space station is missing. Well, that's for next devlog. If you have any ideas for features in this game, feel free to tell me in the comments. I might add your ideas. Thank you for watching.